or 12, sorry. How do you decide when to bring on team?
This is an interesting one because I think first you have to identify, what processes make up that position on the team. You have to have them verified to a certain number, a certain KPI really, right? Like, because if you've had success selling a few times one offer, you're probably not ready to start bringing in a sales team, right? Like you have no real process to close at a certain percentage, right? And so first you have to have a process that actually works at a certain percentage. Once you've got the process verified, now you have to actually go and create the systems and documentation of all of those processes that make someone work on that would give someone a playbook to actually come into and have success with, right? For that position in particular, right? So you got to verify the process and have the systems in place, and then also understand what do the habits look like of a successful person in that position, right? Because then you can actually teach someone once they've got the playbooks, what are the habits you need to have instilled to actually see success from all the processes and everything that are in here, right? So I think if you don't have the verified process, you don't have the systems in place, and you don't know what habits or character traits to look for in that team, you're putting yourself and the new team member in a very bad spot, bringing them on. Huge risk for both sides, right? It's not just the worst thing for you. It's the worst thing for them, right? If you're bringing on, like I've been on offers before, right? Commission-based only setting, right? Cool, but how many calls are you booking per week right now? What is the process to do that? Do you have any leads coming in, right? So also knowing what does that person need to have in place to see success. You can have all the playbooks and systems in the world as a setter, but if there's no leads, it's going to be extremely hard for that person to see success. And so they're not going to be able to get a commission that keeps them and their families fed, and you're just going to churn setter after setter.
Can I have a different answer? It depends on for who and at what stage.
Totally.
Right? I mean, and I don't mean which team member. I mean, like, have you run a business before, right? Have you run a business before? Do you have 300 liquid in the account? And do you have past proof in all your shit working? Because if so, you can probably hire a team from day two.
If you have all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
but
if you have liquid and then
95% of people are.
Absolutely. But this is like, when's the right time? But like for who?
Yeah.
Right?
Are you fucking a guy with 7 companies starting another one? Or
Correct.
are you like 25 years old
correct.
starting
If
your
you're
first?
a portfolio guy and you've got a bunch of different companies, it's like, cool, so I can literally start and you want to use the team from that one to do this one, right? But if it's like, someone who, and this is their first running shot at this, if that makes sense, it's like, I think that you can hire a team from the second that you realize that you are taking up too much time in non-income producing activities to get rid of those first.
Yeah, that's a pretty good filter.
Right? Like the second that non-income producing activities take up more than your income producing activity time, higher. Right? As long as
the income is there.
As long as any of the income is actually there and you're not just
fucking up the
dick in hand. Right?
The activity you're doing is actually working.
One of the things that I hear a lot is guys at 3, 4, 5K, I'm going to scale a team. And I'm like, based on what? That's the first question I ask. Based on what? And what's the activity that you're trying to avoid? Because a lot of people they want to avoid a particular function in the business, and usually it's sales.
It's
I'm going to bring in setters, and I'm like, cool. How many appointments are you setting right now? Well, I've got all this other stuff. No. Answer the question, because they'll typically try to deviate. I'm too busy to set. I've got to do this. That's why I need a setter. Cool. You're going to bring someone in, expect them to be able to do something that you can't do. When they can't do it at a level that you've decided is acceptable, they then suck. And it's their fault. One of the lessons that I learned quite a while ago was every success in your business is because of your team, and every failure in your business is because of you. The minute you start to look at things in that context, you will start to do everything you can to set your team up to succeed. There's something Chris has done very well. It's something that most successful businesses I've been around have done very well. Then you bring in people that can take a successful process and scale it to the next level.